trading Heads Up on Monday the 22nd of January. Here with myself and Sanjoy, here to go through both currency, and then we'll chat a bit about some of the markets that are moving recently as well. So Sanjoy, do you want to kick us off?
Sure, yeah. Well, it's getting quite interesting. Last week was quite a big week. The overall context again is that the US economy seems to be growing the fastest. We're sort of pre-programmed to expect rate rises from them. GBP and Euro, both economies producing quite good figures, but sterling very much moving on political basis, and maybe a little bit of that creeping into the Euro now. We've only got till March, till the Dutch elections. So that's the overall context. And then in America, of course, the inauguration, and I actually phoned Barclays this morning to think whether my view is correct, which is that even the dollar seems to be moving along political grounds. We had the inauguration speech. Well, we know that Trump is protectionist, and in that case he wants to boost American exports and reduce imports by having a weak dollar. So this is what seems to be pushing the dollar a bit weaker this morning, this kind of thinking. And then so we've got that background, a bit of weakening dollar. And then tomorrow, which is Tuesday, we're expecting the result from the court case. The court case is about whether Parliament has to press the button for Article 50. Well, that's pretty much a given case, but the question is, what about the devolved governments? This court ruling will include whether the Article 50 is to be discussed in Holyrood and Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland, of course, is in complete disarray because Martin McGuinness has resigned, pressure of work, and that means if the court case says that yes, it has to be also discussed in the devolved governments, then it's going to take a little while to get one together for Northern Ireland. That might push the whole process into May. And that's of course exactly what she has staked a bit of personal credibility maybe on, pressing the button by March. Another quite interesting thing was in her, and today she's speaking in Parliament, I think, or maybe in Yorkshire or something, basically outlining her Brexit plans a bit more. Also, we've had on Sunday her interview showed her evading questions rather too transparently. Mm-hmm. So it looks like it's going to be a big week coming up now, as I don't think anything will come particularly of nothing immediate is going to be coming on to this visit to America by May. But you have to bear in mind that actually you're not supposed to negotiate any trade deals when you're in the EC, and we are in the EC, nothing has changed. So it's a little bit of a gauntlet around the face that she's going to America to not do that, but maybe to set the course for doing that. Yeah. So it's going to be a big week coming up, and today the sterling has opened up quite bullish, creeping up, and so the euro, this is a weak dollar.
Cool. So okay. On some of the products, cashews remain firm at the moment. Reckon the price will stay firm probably through until March at the very earliest. These shipments from now till March will be.
Yeah, we have the Tanzanian crop. Tanzanian crop isn't going down. That's the raw cashew nut input into Vietnam. So it's not going down. There isn't anything else to use.
Yeah.
So why would they discount it?
Exactly. EU stock as well is running very, very low. There's not.
It certainly does seem to be that a lot of people who were saying we're covered now are saying no. Have you got anything? And Also, I'd beware because some of the product which is here may not be that fantastic. Okay, we may have to make do with it, but some of it might be worse than others.
Yeah, and of course, Tet begins this weekend as well. Chinese New Year and Tet as well.
Year of the Rooster coming up, is it?
Right.
I think so. Mr. Trump showing his face again.
Then, of course, so very little will be. In fact, nothing will be coming out of Vietnam.
Yeah, right now, of course. I mean, we've had the smaller factories closed for ages. Now people will be normally it's clean down time and get ready for the new crop. Vietnamese new crop will be coming not till end March earliest. That'll be the first flower.
Okay. Almonds too, they remain relatively stable at the moment. We've seen some big shipment figures over the last few months. It's no different for December.
Yeah.
I think at the moment there still seems to be buying interest at the moment. It's still quite low, so it's not firming up much at all at the moment.
It should be underlying firm, except that we've had a lot of rain for the coming new crop. That rain is quite good because presumably it rains now. It's less likely to be raining during the bloom. Blooms have been quite regular. There's quite a bit of infrastructure there now, and if everything conspires together, we could have quite a large crop and large demand. So let's see how it goes.
And then pecans is a bit of a wild one at the moment. As much as they think about 25% down for the Mexican crop this season compared to last season. Material in the east coast, so sort of Georgia and that sort of area, they reckon as much as 60 to 70% of the crop has been sold as in shell to China.
We had this a few years back. Yeah, they're very popular nut in China because hugely. They have wild pecan, which is something like it, and this looks great.
And then, of course, poor weather in the first few weeks in January has meant that any collections that are scheduled to take place have been cancelled or not as much has been collected as they were hoping. So shipments have been pushed back, and there's just not as much availability, particularly from Mexico, as they were anticipating. So that's caused price to firm. We're looking at over $7 a pound at the moment for pecans. So it's not showing any signs of weakening at the moment.
Well, because of this lack of a wall, a lot of Mexican pecans do make it across the border, where they become American and are sold as such. Let's have a look and see what happens later on in the season. Certainly at this moment, the price is only going northwards, really. I mean, I really think that if I had industrial use for pecans, I would be looking to just chuck my hat in and get cover for at least the next 4 or 5 months.
Certainly.
There you go.
I think that covers us for today.
Okay, all right.
So as always, give us a call. You know where we are, and any questions you want to pass on, please do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.